So, why do we suck at online games? Dang.
Why do we
Andy
suck?
called us scrubs.
I know.
Why
do we
I
suck
agree,
at
though.
online
Why
games?
do we suck at online games?
Now
Let me know what you think.
This topic spurred from last week when we were talking about our stories, like, what got us into gaming, why are we here at this point at SuperGen? And I think it was me. I said, we were talking about online games, and I was like, I'm bad at them, but that's another topic for another time. And that time is now.
Right.
So-
Right now. A week later.
Yeah, dude, except for World of Warcraft, which I'm fairly good at.
Okay. I'm not even close.
Any other competitive shooter or multiplayer game or anything like that, I am bad at.
Yep.
Including like playing Madden online or NBA 2K
Anything online.
Yeah.
Just like the online aspect of anything.
Yeah,
I
get my ass kicked by like 10, 11, 12-year-olds, and it's not fun.
No.
And
I get no enjoyment from it.
no, I don't play games like multiplayer or online anymore because I know I'm just going to lose. And I want to play a game to have fun. And losing over and over and over again typically is not fun.
It is not fun.
Especially with when I was reviewing the King of Fighters 14 and stuff last year for PS4 and Injustice 2 this year, I jump into online matches and it's like, dude, this fucking sucks. I get destroyed. So... Why?
Okay, especially in fighting games too.
Why do we get destroyed? Like, that's the question.
Yeah,
because I'm very good against like the AI.
Right,
Like, when I'm doing single player, and not just on easy or normal.
Right,
like,
but even on,
if I jump in on like hard or veteran, like in Call of Duty or something.
Yeah.
I could still do well and get through the campaign, get the trophies, do whatever, and it's no problem. But I jump from veteran in Call of Duty to online, and it's like I'm dead instantly. Like, I just get bombarded with grenades from around the corner. I have no idea why.
Yep.
And I can't live. Like, this, especially with, like, Titanfall 2.
Yeah, I have not played Titanfall 2, so I can't speak to that.
So I tried so hard, because I love Titanfall 2. That, I mean, out of, like, the first-person shooters that came out around the same time last year with Battlefield 1, Titanfall 2, and Call of Duty, what was it?
Infinite Warfare.
Infinite Warfare.
You mean Titanfall 2.5? Call of Duty Infinite Warfare?
Sure.
Because it's the exact same game.
And I did an article on Level Down Games, now SuperGen. If it's still there, like, it's like, the similarities between Titanfall 2 and Infinite Warfare. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I actually did that right up. But yeah, Titanfall 2 was my favorite one out of those three. And I tried really hard to get into that online mode, and I sucked so bad that I sold the game.
Dang. That's crazy. Yeah.
So, I just can't figure it out. Like, I can't figure out why I'm so bad.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just because I'm older, and
I don't think that's it.
Yeah.
I think,
or if it's just like a different mentality.
I think that's part of it. And for me, so I'm in the exact same, but I agree 100% with what you just said. And that multiplayer games for me are not fun. But like, again, like, and I've said this multiple times too. But like Call of Duty, like, I typically do get Call of Duty every single year for the single player mode.
Yeah.
And I play that, and I know I'm in the major minority of that, But I don't know, but that's fun for me. I still do it, whatever.
Yeah, and I do the same. I mean, I buy those games.
Don't judge me.
For the single player. Like,
Right.
I love the single player campaigns.
So do I, and
I'll play through them more than once.
That's why I hated Battlefront, is because there was no single player and it was just multiplayer.
But that's why I'm excited for Battlefront 2.
Because there is a single player,
Yeah.
right? And I'm like,
and
cool,
it looks good.
So you just added one more sale because you added a single player, and you're keeping all the same sales because the multiplayer is still there. So it's like,
there's
no reason
a game should not have both single player and multiplayer.
Sure, I'm looking
at
you,
reason.
Overwatch.
No reason.
So many things to say in this topic.
And I totally agree with you, Andy, as well. Andy just said he has so many things to say on this topic, and I totally agree in that just as there are single-player only games, you can make the exact same argument of, Zelda 2, which is a made-up game. We're just throwing this out there.
No, it's a real game.
I mean, Zelda 2 is a real game, but I'm saying, like, if you modernize it into where multiplayer is like a capability, so we'll say Breath of the Wild 2. Andy could make the argument, who is a fan of multiplayer games, could make the argument, why don't they put a multiplayer aspect in Breath of the Wild?
Sure.
And it's like, Well, they're going to keep the same, because they're the single player, they're going to keep all the same sales from the first one because it's single player, and they're going to add more because they just added Andy by putting in a multiplayer mode, right? So it's the same argument, and I totally get that.
Yeah.
But then you have all the people who call out, well, now they have to waste resources and assets and servers and all this stuff on multiplayer side of things when they could just use all that on the single player. Well, it's like all the assets and everything they use on single player, they could use to make a more robust online
You cannot
service.
please both crowds.
Exactly. So it's like, I get it, and I get where anybody multiplayer can come from, but just for me personally, a single player to me is more important than a multiplayer.
And I agree.
And I think so much of it is because I suck, because you can ask like my friend Clark, who I've mentioned before, and shout him out, he's at Games for Scrubs on YouTube. He is also like diehard into multiplayer games. Like everything multiplayer, like that is his wheelhouse pretty much.
Yeah.
And he's great, and he's really good. He'll play Call of Duty and he'll go like 52 and like 3. You know what I mean? Like, he is absolutely insane. And it's like, I don't know why, where he's amazing, and then I come up and I play it, and it's like, oh, yeah, I suck. But then it's like, so much of it is like, what's that?
I know why.
Why do we suck?
Why?
I mean, I could say so much about
Give me the Cliff Notes.
Why do we suck?
So,
Come here. Come speak in the microphone.
Yeah. Slide the chair.
Get that chair over here. Throw my charger off of there. We'll share a mic.
On live.
Yeah, here we
Adjusting
go.
live. Adjusting live.
Move Tomodachi.
All right. I have some things to say about this. Okay. So
That's as far as it stretches.
When it comes to multiplayer
Just yell.
games, like first of all, I'm not actually a huge fan of most multiplayer games.
Sure.
Like games like Call of Duty and like Titanfall. Like, I got into Titanfall for a minute. I used to play Halo all the time, you know. But the thing about multiplayer games these days is there's basically two different types of multiplayer games.
Sure.
There are multiplayer games that you earn things through playing the multiplayer, like Call of Duty, for example. You earn things like weapons and perks and all of these sorts of actual physical bonuses that give you advantages in the game, you know? And by the time most people join into those communities, they jump into a game, you know, first time playing online, you don't have any of those perks.
Sure.
And you're playing against people who have been playing forever, who have all these advantages. There's no way you're going to win.
Right.
You know? And that's just the way that most
And even with like
multiplayer games are, you know?
even with like Call of Duty or Titanfall or something, like people that are established in that franchise.
Yeah.
So like, you know, they're jumping into the newest Call of Duty as it comes out. They still have an edge because they're
because
fucking
they have
better
a lot
than
of
me.
experience. Because that's the thing that makes you good at multiplayer games.
Yeah.
Is experience.
Yeah.
You know, the more you play the game, the more you'll get good at it. But games like Overwatch, for example, have a really good matchmaking system.
Yeah.
Where if you're just starting the game, and so many people
Will
are
it
jumping
pair you with
over,
other people
it'll
who just
pair you
started?
with other people who are just starting the game.
That's
and
cool.
Overwatch specifically, the reason why I like Overwatch as opposed to these other games is because you never unlock a single thing that actually
makes you better.
at the
Yeah.
game. You know,
Oh,
never.
interesting.
It's all cosmetic.
Okay.
It's all cosmetic stuff.
Which
You have
is
access
like
to-
the best way to do it. And
Exactly.
I applaud Blizzard
You
for
have
that.
access to all of the same characters. As they release new characters and new maps, they release all of that stuff for free. You know, and everyone has the exact same toolkit and exact same stuff to get into.
Right.
The only problem that's happening now is Smurf accounts.
Okay.
Which is people who are like super high rank making another account,
level 1 account
in
or whatever.
Overwatch in level 1. But according to Blizzard, they get placed very quickly on the ladder.
Yeah.
So they play a few games and then they just throw them into more like competitive matchmaking. You know. So most of the time, if you're a new player, you'll play against a bunch
People
of new
that suck,
players,
yeah.
You know, or people who have been playing forever who are bad.
Yeah.
You know. And it's a big enough community that you'll find that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But that's the biggest problem with online games right now. You know, that's the reason I feel like so many people hate online games.
Like you
because
can
most-
unlock new
Yeah,
guns and like
exactly.
things that make
Like,
like even
I-
with Injustice, you can unlock like gear
Yeah.
and stuff that makes your like your
better,
like,
you can learn new moves.
Yeah.
With that gear, and
That
Yeah.
actually
take
gives
that
you
online.
physical
Yep,
stats,
and you take that
like
online.
things that improve,
Yeah.
that give you an actual advantage in the game.
Right.
Not only do you have a physical advantage, you also have more experience.
Right.
You know, so there's no way you're gonna lose that game.
Yeah.
Like I played Dead by Daylight yesterday for the first time, and Dead by Daylight has this whole perk system that you can unlock a bunch of really cool like perks and stuff. And you jump into an online match as either the killer or one of the survivors. Right?
yeah.
And you have no perks, and you barely know how to play the game. The game doesn't really teach you how to play the game.
Yeah.
You get slaughtered every single time. What are you
Right.
gonna do? You know?
Yeah.
And the community is not big enough that if I jump into a game where I have no perks, I'll be matched up with people who have no perks.
Yeah.
You know, because there's not enough people playing
Right.
for that to work.
Right.
You know, and so it's not fair.
No, for
you know?
sure.
Like it doesn't feel fair,
Right.
and that's the big problem.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I mean that's what I have to say about it.
So,
Yeah.
Cool.
So-
So what I was gonna throw out there was that like with my buddy Clark, where he last time we looked, his Black Ops 3, he had like 5 days logged of like gameplay.
Yeah.
Was logged in this game,
like
right?
over 120
and it's like
hours.
you look at mine.
5 straight days.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
gameplay. Obviously,
Yeah.
he did not play the game for 5 straight days.
No, but
just, like,
over
you
time.
Like
if you look at my Warcraft playtime over the last 13 years or 14 years or whatever that game's been out, it's like 390 or 400 some days.
Right. And it's like that, of course, did not happen in a
That's why
span.
you're good
And it's
at
like
that
that's why
game.
you're good at that game.
You have experience.
Right,
Exactly.
and so that's my whole point with him.
That's
So
how
he
you get good
puts
at anything.
5 days worth of gameplay into this game.
Yeah.
He's going to be good.
Yep.
And then when the new one comes out the next year, he's going to be good at that one too because it's pretty much the exact same thing.
Right.
Yep.
You
Yeah,
know,
they
so
never
he's going to
changes
be
that
good
much.
there.
Exactly.
And it's like me where, okay, cool, I'll play Call of Duty. I can't tell you the last time I played Call of Duty multiplayer, but when I did, I jumped in for Infinite Warfare when I got that.
Got
I jumped in,
destroyed.
played it a little bit, and I actually surprisingly did very good. Where I was going
impressed.
like 20 and maybe like 12 or something. So clearly not amazing. But to me, if I go positive at all,
Right.
it's great.
You're
There was
celebrating.
You got some
there,
kills.
there
You're
was
celebrating.
a time.
You
There
got
was a
some
time
work
growing
done.
up when I would go over to my neighbor's house and play Halo with him, and we'd play Halo 3 online. I was so bad. I would just kill my teammates because they were the only ones I could find. So that game had team killing. So I would just go find a teammate who was stopped there. He's not threatened by me. He's not shooting me. He's not running at me. I'm like, oh, awesome. Throw a plasma on his face, run away, watch him blow up. Hilarious. So much fun.
They probably hated you.
Doing that. Oh, they absolutely did. But he didn't care. And thank God he wasn't like one of those people where it's like, okay, D is everything. I can't get put from a game, blah, blah, blah. Like some people I
Yeah.
know. But it's like, cool. And that was fun. We had enjoyment doing that. And so it's like, that's kind of where it all comes from. And then another thing for me personally is I didn't get internet in my house until like 2010,
Yeah.
I think, like before I got
Which you
Wi-Fi.
just talked about last week.
Yeah, which I was even able to like get into because we had Wi-Fi and all that stuff. Or I mean, we had dial-up,
Dial-up.
not Wi-Fi and all that. So I didn't even get there. All my friends who were starting like, oh yeah, Xbox 360. We're starting Xbox Live right away as soon as the 360 launched in like 2005 or whatever when it came out. You know, the original 360. Isn't that when it came out? 2005, maybe.
360? Yeah, 2005.
Yeah,
Because
so,
the
like-
PS3 was 2006.
Yeah, so they had that, and they're on live right away, playing all these multiplayer games. Like they grew up on the original Xbox, playing all the Halos together, having LAN parties, all this stuff. I was not a part of that at all. So they have literally been playing these games since we were in like 4th grade.
Sure.
All right, they've been playing multiplayer games,
Yep.
competitive, killing each other since
Right.
4th grade. 4th grade to now 2017.
Right.
Crazy amount of years that I don't want to do the math in my head. You know what I mean? And it's like me,
here's-
who I'm periodically jumping into it here and there. Maybe I play for a week.
Yeah.
A few multiplayer matches
Exactly.
in a week.
In 4th
And
grade,
so-
I was
and then
playing A
go-
Link to the Past.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's my whole point. Like,
But
I'm
that's
playing
how old I am
single player.
compared to like...
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. And so that's the thing. is I'm playing all these single player games. My friends are playing all these things. So it's like that's why Clark is so good because he's been playing multiplayer
Yeah.
for his
And here's
entire
the thing.
life.
I think that game developers, people who are making these multiplayer games, have to keep that in account.
Yeah.
They have to take that into account when they're making a game.
Right.
You know, because when you're designing a multiplayer game and you've got new people coming in, you have to bring them in.
Yeah.
You know, you have to make them
You have
interested.
to keep
which
them
means it has to be
captivated, too.
fun,
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and losing to everyone is not fun.
Nope. That's
It's
why
not fun.
that's why I don't play
You know?
them.
So that's why a really good matchmaking system is extremely
Yeah.
important in these games. You know, you jump into a
Mm-hmm.
Call of Duty online game and you get paired up against a bunch of people
Yep.
who've been playing for years.
Right. You just see the
I
10th
mean-
prestiges.
Yeah.
line
That's
up,
why-
And
that's-
you see everyone has the same clan tag, and you're just like,
Right.
oh, I'm fucked.
That's why
Yeah,
a game
you're so
like
fucked.
that has not hooked me yet. I mean, granted, I haven't given Overwatch a fair chance yet, but I mean,
Overwatch is the only
no
one
one,
that has
yeah,
for me.
none of them have appealed to me and like actually kept me hooked because I go in, I try for like an hour, I don't win a single time, I barely get any kills. I'm like, this fucking sucks.
Blizzard,
I'm done.
honestly, is the only company I've seen so far that really cares about that.
Sure.
They
Absolutely.
care about that so much, and that is the reason.
But that's why they're one of the best developers
exactly.
around.
They really are for everything that they've
Yeah,
done. They've
for
made
every
amazing things,
game and
you know?
every genre, they
Because they care about
they
that
transcend everything about it.
Right.
So
Yeah. And so so I suggest trying it. It's
I
great.
will.
I'm sure I will eventually.
I will at some
when it
point.
comes to Switch, that's when I'll play it. So, I've
hope
been
it
waiting
does.
a while,
I hope
but
it
I'll-
does.
I will one day. And then one more thing I want to throw out there. Crap, I just totally left me.
Was it another game?
No,
Oh.
it was. Oh, yeah. So multiplayer. So how did I start this episode? I said multiplayer games.
So
why do we suck at multiplayer?
Why do we suck at multiplayer games?
Okay. So I want to clarify here too. What I am talking about specifically, and what I don't like so much of, is competitive multiplayer.
Sure.
Competitive, because Destiny, and you can ask Ryan. Like, we burned so many hours into Destiny, it's not even funny. Like, we spent on Xbox One. I got it day one for PS4, played it a ton, and then I was going through some stuff, and then I got an Xbox One. And Ryan was like, hey, I'm playing everything on Xbox One. Everything Ryan had was a huge Xbox One collection. Since then, he's wised up, and now he's on PS4.
Yeah.
But
smart choice.
Yeah. And so everything now was Xbox One. I got an Xbox. It was right when Taken King came out.
Yeah.
Which was the third expansion, and then fourth was Rise of Iron. And I downloaded everything, pre-ordered it all for $60, got everything, got the Taken King and all the previous expansions. Had to restart a character fresh because I had no one to play with on PlayStation. So I did all the single player stuff, all the stuff you can do alone. I did. All right, but
which
then,
is how I play
raids,
Destiny.
Yeah, and that's how I primarily still do.
Yeah.
And had all the raids and everything like that was still locked behind, whatever.
Still is for me.
And so I switched to Xbox, where we got a huge group of people. We got Jonah, who was on the show before, another guy named Joe, who hasn't been here yet, Dominic, who's been here, and Ryan and me. So all five of us would play Destiny together, like, pretty much every single night. It was my only Xbox game for a long, long time. And it was so much fun going in and doing everything together. And it's like, hey, we're doing this strike. We're going to work on this together. Hey, we're doing, the Taking King stuff. So the co-op stuff I love. We're looking at the new things at Nintendo's E3. They have, co-op Yoshi, co-op Kirby. I want all of those games. I pray to God they have an online functionality. We're like, I want Maggie to be, she's at her house, I'm at my house. We're both playing Yoshi together online.
And I think they will, because they're purposely waiting for till 2018 to launch the Nintendo Online when all these games are coming out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's when Smash is going to come and stuff too. That's the other thing I had. Real quick, kind of to tie this in. I think they're going to wait to put Smash on there when they're charging for online, because what is like pretty much the only game people want to play online is Smash, where it's like, cool, Splatoon is still a relatively fresh IP, so they want to be like, okay, yeah, you can try our online service with Splatoon for free, but then it's like when the real game that people want, like when the real system seller comes, we're going to be charging you for online. And I totally think that's what they're doing, and that's totally valid.
That's fair. It's only $20 a year. It's only $20 a year.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's whatever. But it's like, so I want to specify, though, that co-op online, so like Destiny is almost strictly a multiplayer game. You know what I mean? Like, you're always connected, always online.
Yeah, that's okay with me.
So I don't have a problem with online games. I have a problem with competitive multiplayer, because I suck at it, and it seems to be that we find out why I suck at it is because I have no experience.
Exactly.
But then we get into a big conundrum of,
and hopefully games like Sea of Thieves and Skull and Bones, like stuff that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that those also can be attributed like to the co-op stuff, because I want to be good at those.
But also the thing about like games like Sea of Thieves is we haven't really seen
how it works.
Not only that, but we haven't really seen online competitive games like that before. You know, we've seen a couple on PC. There's some weird like stuff like that, but like Sea of Thieves is like a totally new type of game.
Yeah.
You know, so when you're gonna jump into an online game of Sea of Thieves,
everyone's gonna over.
Sea of Thieves.
You've just been waiting to do that.
I know. That's why I threw my hands up, because I just really wanted to say it, but then I didn't want to cut you off. I'm sorry.
But yeah, I mean, it's a totally new type of game. So you're gonna run into all new
Everyone's
people.
no idea what they're
learning
doing.
all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Which that's like the best time to jump into a game like that.
That's the best time to jump in. Like when Sea of Thieves first comes out.
The first few weeks.
I can't even say it anymore.
I know, without thinking, Sea of Thieves. I know that is straight up a rip off of Alex. So thanks to Alex for bringing that up.
Yeah, thanks.
So,
but yeah, so
I'm out of here.
Okay,
I will let you guys.
Peace out.
Continue.
Thank you so much.
Thanks
Thanks
for
the additional A in the middle of our BJ.
Thanks for the cameo.
Oh, I told you to take the charger off. That was probably hurting your butt. I'm sorry, dude. This is
we always appreciate the additional A every now and then.
I know, dude. I love the A while we're getting a BJ. So anyway, I think with multiplayer in general, cooperative is that. But my conundrum now is, if I have to have experience to be good at the game, how do I get experience? Because when I'm playing it, I'm not having fun.
Right.
So it's like, how can I?
I was just saying, you got to jump in early. Which
Exactly.
Sucks.
So it's like, if I don't
get the experience,
if I'm not having fun getting the experience, then there's no way for me to get the experience, which will then lead to fun. You know what I mean? That's like when people say, like, oh yeah, the game gets good 40 hours into it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? I don't have 40 hours to put into the game for it to get good then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know, but those are just kind of my thoughts on the whole multiplayer thing. I don't have an issue with multiplayer gaming.
No, I don't have an issue with
because
online
by all
gaming.
means, if you enjoy it and you love Call of Duty multiplayer and Battlefield multiplayer and
keep
Ghost
at it,
Recon
man.
and all
Keep
that,
at it.
by all means, you do you boo boo. That is so okay, right? I don't care because you don't have a problem with me and my single player games.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with you
sure.
and your multiplayer games. Maybe one day we can coexist. Hopefully, that's what Destiny will become.
Destiny 2.
Is the coexistation of all of that. I have no idea if that's a word.
Is that a word?
Probably not. But like,
Let us
hopefully that
know.
can be all that. And like I said, I think like anything online co-op. Like I'm not saying get rid of all online.
No, because I mean,
gaming.
like Warcraft, which I wouldn't consider really competitive either, unless you do like the arena.
Yeah, like
2D,
it can be.
I don't.
But
I mean, there's not a huge scene for that. Most of the scene is like for the rating and that kind of stuff, which is all competitive. And I
Right.
mean, that's what I'm really good at. So
sure, absolutely.
I love competitive or not competitive,
but cooperative.
cooperative stuff. Yeah.
Yep,
So.
same here. So I think that's a little bit of a deeper dive into that. Well, at least we got to the root of the problem, which is we just need more experience.
We just need
more experience
we
points.
just-
And
we
how do you
just
get
need
experience
to- we just
points?
need to get
By
good.
doing quests in single player games.
There you go.
So there you go. We need to play more single player games, and that'll make us better at multiplayer games.
We need to play
clearly.
Dragon Quest 11 and
Yeah.
Valkyria Chronicles, which I got a code for. The one that you
the
thought-
new one.
The one that you thought we were doing a perfect 10 on. The other
Yes,
day.
right. Valkyria Chronicles.
Yeah.
That was on PS4 as
I gotta,
well.
I gotta start that soon because it comes out next week.
Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, those are fun games. I like those games.
are good games.
But yeah, so let us know what you thought down below of this episode of BJ's in the Morning. Let us know how your BJ was. Let us know if you have any future topics for anything you want to hear us talk about.
Yeah, always
that's
willing to,
great. Yeah,
to
we're
take
our
some fan
brains are getting
suggestions.
tired thinking about all these topics. We need some help.
At least for good topics, though. Good topics.
Yeah, we're having great topics. So, very good discussion. So, let us know what you thought down below. Please like and subscribe to us because we have some amazing other content on this channel, including reviews and Let's Plays
And a
and
Devolver Digital
podcasts and the Devolver Digital reaction that everyone seemed to hate and it probably has like the most comments out of any of our videos. So, go over there and send some love to us and kind of shut the haters up. I'd appreciate it. So, anything else you have to add?
Nope.
All right,
Not today.
cool. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Hey guys, thanks for watching that video. I hope you liked it. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like and subscribe because that would be awesome. And if you're interested, check out our other videos here, and subscribe over there. Really helps us out. I appreciate it. Catch you in the next one.